To begin the Understanding Yourself section, we are going to start by talking about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as perceive, interpret, and influence the feelings of students and colleagues to foster a positive, supportive, and effective learning environment built on self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, and social skills. It helps teachers respond thoughtfully to classroom challenges, build trusting relationships, and meet students' emotional needs, creating better engagement and outcomes. There's 4 sections of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. For self-awareness, we need to think about knowing our own attitudes, values, and beliefs about students and how they influence behaviors. Understand our own cultural values, fears, and beliefs. Understand how our previous life experiences can influence current behaviors. And know our beliefs about trauma and pain-based behaviors. We're going to talk about unresolved trauma for a second. Trauma can impact our reactions to students, causing a faulty alarm system where minor student behaviors trigger an intense fight or flight or disengaged response from us as the teacher. The impacts of this is that we are going to trigger survival mode in ourselves. So we may react with more anger than usual, harshness, or extreme detachment or freeze to a challenging behavior that's happening in the classroom. We may have difficulty with regulation, struggle to regulate our own emotions when a student is dysregulated, leading to power struggles or shutting down. It can also cause us to misinterpret behavior. Normal student stress or acting out might be perceived as a personal threat or act of disrespect rather than a sign of the student's own trauma. May also cause avoidance or overfunctioning. We may avoid building relationships to prevent being hurt or over-identify with students to an unhealthy degree. I'm going to give you a second to read this quote about unresolved trauma. This quote by Ruby Warrington is about unresolved trauma and just ensuring that we work on the things that we have experienced before working with other populations and students. Another thing for understanding yourself is identifying our triggers. So a trigger is the stimulus that causes a reaction. It can be a memory or an intense emotion. It's related to a traumatic or a significant event. Triggers can be sensory, such as smell, sound, or sight, or they can be a feeling or memory. Self-regulation is the next part of understanding yourself. This is our ability to consciously focus our attention. The awareness of our own physical and emotional state. Having the skills to manage our own emotions and behavior. And the ability to draw on memory and experiences to adapt effectively in the present situation. For relationships, it's important that we listen and engage with the students. We're really tuning into what the student is saying and feeling, and not just what we are hearing or what we are feeling in the moment. We need to be aware of their feelings. Choose how we respond to the student based on our relationship, and be attuned to how the student is experiencing the adults around them. Self-care. It's so important that we make sure that we are taking care of ourselves, because you can't take care of other people until you take care of yourself. So we need to be monitoring our personal levels of stress, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and using reflective supervision. So, supervising ourselves a little bit and making sure that we're reflecting on our choices that we're making.